Welcome back everyone to the final video of the Bubbler arc. You got some fetus spawn cards. Gotta hatch them all. Here's advice you should follow if you want too many fetus spawn crawling around. For safety reasons, the manufacturer recommends that you only hatch some. Fuck that. Rufio, I assume. Talk to Rufio. Sup, Nitrim. Oh, hey doll. You were gone a crazy long time. Good to have you back, though. Yo, that bomb stunt you pulled was some crazy shit. Thought you were hatching a sweet fetus spawn with that thing, TBH. Wasn't no thing. Don't sell yourself short. I don't think I could have done that. You're pretty gangsta, Pikesies. Yeah, I know. Hey, let's stop talking about how badass I am a minute and talk about you. Hashtag wanna ask you things. Shoot, though. Those wings. You was hatched with them, right? Or I guess pupated them? Hashtag when you hit puberty? Yeah, that's right. I'm a mutant. Don't tell Cancria said that. He's my boy, but you know how he's not down with lingo like that? Hashtag lingo like, you know, regular words. Ugh. Don't even say he will like teleport. Don't even say it. He'll teleport into our conversation with ghost magic just to shoo-shoo. Yeah, he does that to he does that to you too, huh? He does that to you too, huh? That's some crazy shit. Okay, so you always had wings then. Then I guess you weren't secretly a god tier, or nah. Might have been cool to go full on rogue. And maybe you could have given me like stealing pointers, what is a thief and all? But nah, I don't think I could have gone through with that. Not intentionally, I mean. What? Why not? I don't know. Killing yourself? That's a heavy thing to do. I'm not like you, Mina. I don't think anyone is. Well, maybe Damara is kinda, but maybe we shouldn't go into that. Let unhatched fetospawn lie, you know? What I'm saying is you got a game, and I can dig that, but I was never as brave as people always thought. I don't know why they always thought that about me. Maybe it's my wings or my mohawk, or when I shout bangarang sometimes real loud. Makes it seem like I'm the shit with big self-esteem, but my self-esteem is nothing to really crow about. I don't know. Alright, so you never got god-tiered, but I still don't get something. Didn't you have a totally fucking stupid robot body at some point? Or did I just imagine that? That whole period of time in our session was really foggy to me, I guess, because I was dead for a while there. Hashtag, maybe I got the ghost madness? Hashtag, could swear he was a metal horse, though. Yeah. No, the robot body was definitely a thing. I kind of blocked that out of my memory, too. That shit was something else, yo. Crazy. I'm sure you remember how all that started back when Damara and I were still dating. Ring any bells? Yeah. Fucking Megiddo. Do we really need to rehash that ancient bullshit drama? Hashtag bull. Lol, wait, why don't you ever do bull puns? Hashtag fail. No, just saying is all. It was the whole thing. Anyway, that's when Horus was kind of macking on me, remember? And I wasn't all about to vacillate with him and her, because I knew that she was, damn, so jealous, so fucking crazy. So she made me a cripple, remember? Tag that shit, homie. Hashtag abaloniism. Damn, yeah, I mean, she busted me up. I couldn't move a muscle. Well, could still flap my wings well enough. Really, I thought it'd be alright just flapping wings around. I could still fly and just hang there limp. Might have been a dope look. But nah, Horus thought better. Built me a Robobot, which was pretty tight. Hashtag, like, literally. Screwed that shit together tight. Dude's pretty good. Lost my wings, though, which sucked. And I kind of awkward just having a real guy's head on top of a big metal body. Making all those damn legs move the right way, you know? Trotting is hard work, yo. Hashtag, especially on stairs. Better than being a cripple, though. I mean, quadriplegic. Shit. I guess you didn't know what happened after that, since you and Damara were killing each other and all. No, what? Well, I died, yeah, but that's like, wow, long story. Guess you never heard. I'll tell you some other time. It's this whole crazy thing, but I was dead, right? And Horus kissed me back to life, in just my head, I think. He was probably standing on some mountain, striking a pose like a fucking gangsta. Probably fighting a hoof beast with a flaming mane and all that. Hashtag, hope someone painted that shit. Instant masterpiece. So yeah, next you saw me, I had my normal body again. It was cool of him to help me all the ways he has. And yeah, we went out, me and him, for a long time after that. Kinda off and on, even after we died. In case you were gonna ask. I was not. Right, too much information I guess, sorry doll. I always wanted to thank you for standing up for me, you know, even when she crippled me, even though it cost you. That was pure class, Pikesies. I'll never forget it. Man, I wouldn't have had to if you could just stand up for yourself sometimes. I mean, being paralyzed, not fish standing. Yeah, I guess. You're the only guy in our group who was ever even close to being pretty cool. Everyone else sucks, but you're almost alright. You're always such a pushover, though. Pretty lame, bro. Hashtag trigger warning, cripple entendre. Suck it. Excuse me, Mina. Lame is an ableist slur, which in this context is really inappropriate. Tagging your jokes with ironic trigger warnings really does not excuse the behavior. I'll thank you to refrain from using such terms in the future. Hashtag also, when walking, be careful not to flaunt the health of your legs. Ah! Ask Rufio to join. I probably shouldn't even ask this since you're not as brave as people make out with you to be. I mean, make you out to be. Hashtag wait, what did I say? Never mind. But would you want to come away with me to... Whoa, man, not you too. What? It's fine. It's alright that you dig me. I'm flattered. You were just the last person who hadn't hit on me yet, and I kind of dug that about you, you know? I wasn't asking you out, dope. Oh, wow, shit, sorry. I guess I got the wrong idea. It's just kind of a reflex, doll. You know, everybody hits on me all the time, and I don't know why. Shit's just crazy. Just the other day, get this orange guy. Just the other day, get this. Some orange guy in a green shirt jumped out of some bushes and tried to kiss me. And I'm like, what? Step off, jolly man. Maybe it's because you're a bishy-ass glubba fucker with a kicking hawk. Yo, that's cool of you to say. You kind of got this O10 Bob Bishojo thing going on yourself, girl. Your style rocks. I always thought you looked pretty slamming. Hashtag, I could give you Mohawk dyeing tips. You'd rock the shit out of that look. For what it's worth, I'd be your moe dere waifu in the beat of a pump biscuit if it was remotely attracted to you or found your personality any bit appealing. And also if I shared your dumb passion for troll anime and didn't think a clogged massive blowhole. Bangarang. That's a scenario I'd be alright with. No one really to talk to anymore about my stories, yo, since things got so chilly with my ex. Goddamn witch. Seriously, she's crazy, man. So what were you gonna ask me? If not on a date? Hashtag, and if not, what brand of Mohawk dye I use? Never mind. You're not even gonna agree anyway, because this team sucks. Later, Roof. Be Rufio? Oh shit, you wanna be me? Okay, that's pretty dope, I guess. But can it wait? My Lucis is missing again. I can't think straight without him. He's my happy thought. Hope Tamara didn't do something with him. She liked to fuck with me sometimes. By stashing the little guy somewhere. She's bonkers, man. Alright. It's a happy-looking host plush. It won't be so happy anymore if you hatch a fetus spawn egg near it. Maybe you'll be able to find some eggs in this area if you keep searching. Then the real fun can begin. Hashtag, you start humming the fetus spawn theme song. Oh, okay. You got a busted robot head. There was a rumor going around that once, through an elaborate courtship process, Horace sent Rufio a robotic duplicate of himself to spar with, piece by piece. The last part he sent was supposedly the head. That's almost certainly a myth. Horace is a pretty strange guy, but he would have to be a total lunatic to do something like that. The anecdote strains plausibility. You got a pair of Dutton bubble goggles. You can see into infinity for eternity. Just the way Charles Dutton would have wanted it. It's Matuna! Aw, looks like he's all tucked out under the brain tree. Hashtag falling's hard work. Can I take his board? I cannot. And I can't talk to him, he's just... This chest appears to have an extremely complicated lock. There's no way you can open it. You'll need to find someone who's handy with gadgets. Ah, okay, so I'm gonna have to become Horace before I can open that. But you can't talk to Matuna, he's just hanging out. He's just napping. Talk to Horace. Your Highness. I mean, Highness. Highness, I mean. Fiddlesticks, please pardon my utterly execrable language and unforgivable stammering, your hoarseness. Hashtag shoot, I mean heinous. Whew. I am a bale of nerves in your royal presence, and it's been so long. And when I am so spooked, you must know how that causes me to even more firmly identify with the majestic hoof beast. Hey, Horace, what the fuck is that thing you're prefixing all your talking with? Oh, this? What, you don't recognize it? No, it's kind of weirding me out. Why, it's my smiling face, you silly, utterly superior person. You, goggles and all, can't you see? I guess? It's disturbing as heck to me for whatever reason. The last thing I desire is to disconcert our prodigal empress. I just thought I would try smiling permanently and uncompromisingly rather than snorting to all those disgruntled expressions I usually trot out. Hashtag, I've been cutting back on the horse puns too, as you can see. Why the F would you want to do that? It was on Mulin's suggestion, actually. Huh? Oh, I guess you must not have heard. She and I have developed quite a strong and stable Moira allegiance recently. Dang. Hashtag disclaimer, less impressed than I sound. That matchup makes no clubbing sense, dude. Hashtag cats, horse, for the win? Exactly. Who would have thought? If you asked me before we all died whether I would consider romantically pairing with a ridiculous mid-blood, let alone Miss Lejeune of all people, I'd probably have died regardless due to a laughter-induced asphyxiation. Hashtag, if you're going to go out with a smile. But do you know what it was that finally cleared the sweat-steamed induced fog from my goggles? It was meeting our post-scratch counterparts. Hence, hashtag Dancesters, or shall I say, Dressage-cesters. Seeing our corresponding young Alternians, why it threatened to produce a tear-induced flood on the inside of my goggles. Hashtag, which naturally I would drain right away through the custom sweat valves. Their relationship, in spite of the strong class disparity, I found to be so moving, so pure, it made me reconsider my perspective on Mulin entirely, who, hoarsely, I'd hardly ever given a second thought. It's funny, don't you think, how our young ancestors took to a completely different social configuration, making for some rather odd pairings, both platonic and otherwise. A whole host of counterintuitive minglings, up and down the hemo-spectrum, with no regard for class compatibility, and yet, it all seems to make a strange amount of sense. Nay, I might go so far as saying it's all oddly rather titillating. Or no, perhaps what I mean is some of their Alternian indiscretion feel a bit, I don't know, naughty. Oh, phooey, that's not what I mean either. Pardon my potty mouth. Now you'll probably mistake me for some kind of rascally deviant. Hashtag, my mouth is quite the load gaper today. Man, why y'all still acting like you give a heap of manure about dating down on the spectrum? You and Nitram been a thing for how long now? Yes, but no one was supposed to know about that. That was always to be my own private, exploration. I had no intention of creating such a stirrup. Hashtag, though I have literally smithed such items before, pun notwithstanding. It was only to be a very private, fleeting dalliance with a buoy, but the whole thing became so quickly scandalized. Hashtag, a spur-of-the-moment affair, really. And soon others were whisked into it, and such as you and the vengeful Rustblood, and well, imagine my embarrassment. Trust me, the last thing I wanted was for royalty such as yourself to know I was pursuing forbidden blood, to be caught with my hoof in the chocolate jar, so to nicker. Ill. And I suppose I would have clopped my hands of the matter after the big kerfuffle, but I guess I didn't expect to fall in love. It's true. I'm not ashamed to say it. I fell mane over hooves, phantom snout over phantom hindquarters. He stole my breath away. Hashtag, with but a roguish glance. Wow, life story alert, do not care. My apologies, Your Excellency. Just tell me why paling up with Mew means you have to make that terrible face now. She taught me to get in touch with my anger through a moderately discernible series of enthusiastic mimes. She was made it clear that it is much healthier to crush all negative emotions beneath a stampede of positivity, and to always be cheerful and upbeat no matter what, even if projecting that facade is at times physically painful. Hashtag such as all times. That is some shit sauce advice, and you should give it up, Holmes. Yes, very well. Is this better? Much. Ask Horus to join. Respectfully, your superlative magnificency, I do not think that would be advisable. Whoa, shocker to Centauri. Hashtag horse pun, this girl on fire. Of course I will if you order me to without hesitation, but lately I've been attempting to canter down a trail of non-violence. I've been saddled for so long with anger and hostility, and now my focus is on solving problems in ways that do not involve confrontation or physical strength. Hashtag, soon I may even be able to say strength without shouting. Technology can solve so many problems. For instance, do you have any idea how much energy is stored in sweat, which may be released through its steam? Have you any clue as to the might of a quadruple automaton powered by the raging currents of steam coursing through its exquisite horizontal torso and finally jutting through a magnificent pair of metal nostrils? I could build as many as you like, my empress. No, I think I'll pass on that. An army of snorting horse spots with me. Hashtag, unless you build those suckers out of gold. So that's all you do is build stupid shit that runs on your sweat now? Because I could really use a guy with muscle. I don't know if you've seen this skull dude, but he's ripped. Hashtag, kinda odd actually. Oh no, that's far from my only preoccupation. I've also taken some time to perfect the art of humor. Would you like to hear a joke? Oh no. Hashtag fine. Ahem. A horse trots into a thirst shanty, his muscular shoulders slouched, his noble head hanging low. The dairy jerk observes the great beast is clearly despondent and asks, "Why the long face?" Zach, goddammit, I am royally ordering you to stop doing that face forever. At once, my lady. My formerly perky visage withdraws, while my fully erect posture shrivels at your regal disapproval. I shall henceforth emote in my customary manner as such. Respect. You got some more boondollars. A little while ago you would have been pumped to score this dough, but now this is just pocket change to you. You sneer with contempt at the pitiable sum of money and let it slip through your fingers to the forest below. Let the beggars and peasants scrounge for it, you say. Oh boy, oh no. You got some fetus spawn eggs. You can go use one of these on the host plush back there. It honestly sounds like a childish waste of time, but little do you know that fetal spawn's key demographic is your age group. You're the suckerfish. It's you. This bubble contains Damara's memory of a huge quartz obstacle. Only she can remove it. Stinking witch. She never makes it easy, does she? Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh, okay. So you can generate some hot tips. Talk to Damara. Oh, god damn it. Damara's Japanese translations. Okay. I guess this is where we are. Oh god, that was close. Talk to Damara. So, Megiddo. Here we are again. I guess. Please tell me this reunion is as awkward for you as it is for me. Not gonna say nothing, huh? Just gonna stand there and leave me wriggling on the hook during this frosty silence? Come on, you nutty bitch. At least do something to break the ice. Double birds. Thank you. Hey, you didn't by any chance kidnap Nitrum's Lucis, did you? Or steal all this dorky fetus spawn loot? I thought we were past all this. Don't tell me you're still tormenting the guy even after eternity. Take your dual fork and fuck yourself twice. Yeah, do what to myself twice with my double what exactly? God damn you, weird accent as thick as ever. Alright. Not thick enough to give you sexual pleasure. God damn it. Will you continue to bore me with your words, or will you take off my clothes? I want to feel your nipples between... I want you to feel my nipples between your teeth. What? Did you just tell me to bite something, or... Screw it, I give up. Language barrier be a fucking mother glubber. Dank weed. Ask Damara to join. Hey, so guess what? I'm building an army to kill Lord... Shell O Shell. AKA CLOL. Like you could give a fuck about saving reality. And or wouldn't just be a huge backstabbing liability out there. That is fair. But just for shits and cuddles, being sort of wondering, Back when we, like, kind of ruined each other's shit because of that whole cycle of revenge deal, and I ended up dying and god-tiering and all. Remember that? I remember. Sometimes I masturbate to that memory. I'm not sure I followed that, but I'll assume it was some weird skanky sass. But what I want to know is, after the fight, did I hurt you bad enough that you maybe crawled off and died somewhere? Like in a quest cocoon? Were you maybe all bloodied up from all those forkins? And then maybe along come a friend with a maddening inability to hold a grudge against you for the ways you fucked him over? Maybe trotting along in his new robo-horse body and swooped your bloody torso up on his back? Galloped off to your cocoon and draped you on the slab while probably not having the nerve to finish you off? This ringing any bells? Hashtag like the ones in your batty as fuck goddamn belfry? What the fuck are you talking about, you idiot bitch? I'm axing if you're a god tier, you inscrutable fishwife. Holy mackerel, getting info out of you is like prying a pearl from a slutty murderous clam. Clams do not produce pearls. You know nothing of the sea. Yeah, I know clams don't make pearls. Look, I just misspoke. It was a hasty burn, okay? Don't be calling out my authority on the ocean, D-Meg. You know I got all watery junk on lock. Who you think you're trying to rile up with that amateur noise? You look very angry. Chill out with sexual intercourse. Let's touch each other. Get stoned with me. Oh my god, I cannot understand you. Chill out and do what with you? Go and ask again as simple as I can. Megiddo, are you a magical immortal time fairy witch? Secret butterfly wings, yes or no? With secret butterfly wings. Exactly how much do you want to know, water bitch? Damara, if Horrible Conversations was a video game, you would truly be the last boss. Now where the fuck is Arania and their little windbag stand? Let's get this jam over with already. Be Damara. Do you want to be me? You cannot be me if you don't understand me. Furthermore, you cannot be me if you cannot fuck me. Yeah, no idea what you said. Guess someone who speaks gibberish needs to ask. What's that sound? You listen closely to the chest. You hear something flapping around in there. This looks airtight, though. Whatever's in there might run out of ghost oxygen soon. And last, this chest appears to have an extremely complicated lock. There's no way you can open it. You need to find someone who's handy with gadgets. Okay. So we need to get her away from the chest and then have Horus take a look at it. I'm guessing I need a horse. Bring me a horse, and I'm yours forever. What if I talk to him again? Okay. I can't talk to him now that I've forced him to alter the expression. Use fetus spawn egg on horse plush. What an utterly magnificent specimen. But if you train Horse a Pony hard enough, one day he may become Horse-a-Roni, by which I mean he'll grow slightly bigger and gain no measurable advantages in combat. You will, however, be required to feed him more. Take Horse a Pony to Horus. Give Horse a Pony to Horus. You did it! You brought me a fine young stallion. What a beautiful gesture of friendship. I'm so fudging happy you have no idea. Whoops. So happy I have become loose with foul language, and forgot I wasn't supposed to make that face anymore. You're of course free to be me whenever you wish, my lady. Be Horus? Yeah, I guess we have to be. Talk to Mina. Hozak, serious question. Yes, my peerless exalted eminency. When did you decide you were a horse? Sweet! Hold up there, Mina. The question you just asked was in fact severe microaggression against those who are stricken with deeply plighted feelings of species dysphoria. Your question was innocent enough, so I'm not about to go down the perilous road of trigger shaming, but Mina, my goodness, what you just said was catastrophically triggering. Poor Horus here will likely feel triggered for weeks because of your thoughtless question. Hell, even I'm feeling a little triggered by it, and I'm not even under the impression I'm a horse. I think everyone within earshot was triggered by that. You feel triggered, right, Horus? Trigger sounds like a wonderful name for a hoof beast. See? Totally triggered. Now let's let the healing begin. So done. Mina, his belief that he is actually a majestic hoof beast is not characterized by choice. In fact, it is not even a belief, it is a fact, which we must strive to respect as factual, in no small part due to his hyper-important feelings about it. Tailoring factual reality around people's critical feelings is a cornerstone of problematics, and failure to do so can only result in the release of devastating payloads of correctional words deployed to educate, heal, and rhetorically overwhelm. When you asked, when did you decide you were a horse, you implied that he made a choice to craft this feature of his identity, as opposed to listen carefully to the fauna within, heeding the call of the long, ghostly snout. His body was tragically denied him, while feeling the subtle tingling of his phantom horsey posterior. So true, friend. Your wisdom truly transcends your degenerate, mildly nauseating mutant blood. Thank you. Now, you know how I hate to derail conversations, but I think this occasion calls for a thorough, unrelenting education on the topic, and now I shall begin my crushing harangue on this delicate subject as thusly. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ. Blah, OMG, yes, sneak away. Okay, so I can't actually say anything to Mina because there's nothing to say. Let's open one of the chests I can open. You got a priceless work of fine art. Spend a few moments solemnly contemplating the artistic merits of splendid classical sculpture. Wait, no. Hang on, don't move. The pixelation's missing its mark. Damn it, still not quite right. Okay, hold your horses. Perfect. Whew, crisis averted. That was a close call. You really need to caught a glimpse of a horse penis and began to cry. Dear Lord. Yeah, let's talk to Damara first, because I know it's not going to work with Horace. Oh, hello, Damara. I heard you were having a mechanical issue with your chest over here. Mind if I take a look? You may view my chest at any time. I think you said yes? Sorry, I really struggle with your coarse, low-blood accent. Please pour milk on my tits. I didn't quite understand that either. Something about milk? Served to you in a particular way? Yes, if you would like some milk, I can bring you some later. I'll just need to equip my steam-powered de-strengthening gloves, so that I may hand you a glass without shattering it. No, don't wear the gloves. I like it rough. Crush my body, horseman. I really need to finish my universal translation device so we can have a more coherent conversation. It's just so difficult to get the circuitry to function correctly when one insists on relying on steam power. Bring my ghostly genitals to climax. You have to do it with your phantom horse cock. You want me to bring your what to... What exactly with my what? Wipe your sweaty face with my bare ass. Sure? I will be your Asian schoolgirl. Tear my uniform to shreds. You have to please me. You have to use your horn. Do what with your schoolgirl uniform? I wouldn't want to do anything to ruin it. It's quite nice. But perhaps I could craft a robotic avatar for you, emulating your fashion choices. Actually, if I did that, I could install more sensible speech algorithms, so that I could understand you for a change. I will be quiet. Shut up and fuck me. Get inside my body or I will destroy you. Damar, forgive me if I'm leaping to conclusions, but has the nature of your cryptic remarks been leaning, well, a little blue? Okay. Be Damara. Do you want to be me? Okay, you cannot be me if you cannot fuck me. Come again? I suppose Rufio should ask. He's always been the only one who can parse your vulgar peasant tongue. You got Rufio's Lucis. Poor little guy's gasping for breath. Who could have locked him in there? Who would be so cruel? You glance at Tamara suspiciously. She doesn't bother to look at you and takes another drag. Ooh, I think we finally have diagonal movement here. Talk to Rufio. Hey, man. Oh, still making that face, I see. Yes, I really enjoy making this face. It really helps remind me through persistent facial discomfort that appearing to be happy should always be one's top priority. Why, you don't find it displeasing, do you? No, it's alright, Horace. The look is really something else. Wow. Really? I could stop making the face. Mina recently ordered me to stop making it in her presence, and I of course instantly complied. I would just as readily do the same for someone as important to me as you. Yeah, that's cool, but yeah, that's fine. Really, I can dig the look, I guess. Just do whatever you're feeling with it. Hashtag, except for maybe pointing at me so much? Rufio, your affable malleability continues to be your finest quality. It is the jewel in your mohawk, a true diamond in the rough. You always were the ideal embodiment of your aspect, as pleasantly wayward and fickle as the breeze itself. Yeah, thanks. I should probably try to work on that, though. Of course, we always strive to hone our craft, ever pounding at the iron to make the shoe a perfect shape. I know well how much work it takes. No, I didn't mean, like, be more like that. I mean, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. My path was similarly governed by my aspect. For the longest time, I felt as if I was a blank sheet of paper, like I had to make myself out of nothing. And so I began to listen closely to the void within myself, and corral the various personal attributes I heard calling to me. Much like assembling a complex machine, I began to piece together a strong identity, which of course included discovering a passion for mechanics itself. And needless to say, what also galloped out of the void in my soul was the realization that I am obviously a noble hoof beast, though my physical appearance cruelly betrays this fact. Hey, Horace, I think we need to talk. I mean, when you get a minute. And in following sweeps, I would keep turning my mechanically augmented acute equine ear back to the abyss within, and continue to discover more about myself. I'd learned that I was more complicated than I ever imagined, more complicated than any mortal mind could understand a person to be. Knowing myself to the hoofbeast kin was only grazing the surface of the pasture, merely skimming the cream from the top of the milk. I was so much more. I think maybe we should, see other... It turns out my body was merely the host to a highly intricate system of entities of any sort you could name, biological or mechanical, sentient or non-sentient, physical or metaphysical. My inner field of experience is shared by the souls of ancient legendary muscle beasts, a range of devices such as hive-hold appliances, a number of cosmological features such as planets, star systems, even several universes, and a variety of abstract concepts which sentient beings have not yet formed the language to express. Don't get me wrong, we had some good times together, it's been great, really, but maybe it's time to, I don't know. But as much as I learned about myself, I could never find a way to become whole. The void was never filled until you came along, Rufio. Wow, man, wow. If there is any lesson I would like people to take from my story, it's a lesson that's a multiple system consisting of two distinct lessons. The first is how love heals all wounds, even ones consisting of the infinite essence of void permeating your entire existence and role as a legendary hero. The second is how if you are faced with any crisis of identity whatsoever, it's really important to do your best to manufacture esoteric features of your personality and believe in them very strongly, and tell people about those things as frequently as possible. I can assure you right now the labor involved in smithing my personality into one that is interesting and complicated was rather intensive. I really worked up a good sweat in the process. That is the sweat dripping from my face. Hey, yo, that's some freaky shit, dog. Anyway, I apologize for talking so much. You know how you have a way of drawing the breath out of people. What were you trying to tell me? Oh, yeah. Never mind. Give Rufio his Lucis. Oh, shit, you found him. Thank you so much. I was so worried, but now he's back, so are my happy thoughts. Got all kinds of confidence now. You want to be me? My self-esteem can totally accommodate that, yo. Be Rufio? Yes. Talk to Horace. Yo, Horace, my gangster, how you feel? Can I get a way gentle fist bump from my boy? Yeah, just like that. Fuck yes. Hashtag, actually, that still kind of hurt. Anyway, I've been meaning to talk to you about something pretty important. About us in the future and all that. You got a minute? Okay, cool. So, damn, where do I even start? You know, we've had nothing but good times together. It's been the bomb. Well, maybe not everything. Sure got dicey at the start with my crazy ex, and yeah, that's not the point. Remember the way you used to be before you all started being interested in me? Man, you thought I sucked. Just another low blood, not worth your time. You were so pissed at people like me and Damara, so angry. Damn, shit was scary. And Damara, she used to be nice as can be. Don't know what happened there. Talk about a personality switch for both of you. But then, for whatever reason, I guess you wanted to reach out to me? I mean, in secret. I know you didn't want to be all ashamed out of your highbrow CIP club. I could always dig that. I understood, you know? So you came to my woods, never told anybody, we hung out. That meant a lot to me. I want you to know that. People always had crazy ideas about me, like I was this brave adventure guy all up in this forest being a badass and shit. People they always wanted to be with me, or maybe even wanted to be me. It was all kind of whack. Even Tamara, when we were going out, didn't really get me, I think. She put me on this pedestal. I mean, back before she snapped. But you saw me for who I was, which was not a perfect guy. Like, I wasn't really sure about myself, and you saw that, so you actually helped me a lot. When we were in the woods together, you taught me to fight, taught me to fly, taught me to crow. Well, not literally. I mean, I knew how to do those things. I knew technically how to flap my wings and fly through the air. I knew how to say bangarang all loud if I really wanted to, but that was the thing. I was scared. I was scared of flying and falling. I was scared of fighting and falling. I was scared of crowing and sounding like a fucking idiot, I guess. Lol. But you helped me be not so scared, or self-conscious maybe. You just helped me be myself, like to just be okay with not being perfect or living up to whatever people think I should be. Maybe it's just nostalgia. There was something better about those times, just you and me chilling in the woods, but then we entered the game. And for some reason, still don't know why, Tamara just started going a little more nuts every day, getting more and more jealous when she knew we were hanging out. Then she found out it was more than just hanging out. I guess the rest was history. Yada yada, then we all died and we've been together ever since. All this time as ghosts, which is a long time, you know? And I'll always be grateful for what we had together, but I guess people change. Even as ghosts, they change. If you give them long enough, they start wanting different things. Ah man, I'm going about this all wrong. Saying way too much, but not what I want to say. Shit. I just used to use the bravery you helped me understand I always had, and just say it. I think we should break up. You okay, bro? Oh, I'm sorry, what did you say? My ear valves filled up with sweat and I didn't catch most of that. Hey, why don't we participate in an enjoyable activity together as romantic afterlife partners? We could play one of those foreign card games you seem to like. What's that one called? Fiddle Spoon? Yeah, we could do that, I guess. That sounds dope. I know I'm not the best partner to share your exotic and somewhat childish interests with, but I do my best to try to understand them and enjoy them with you. The most important thing is that we spend time together and maintain a strong relationship. Bangarang. Talk to Mina. Damn, thank God I got my Lucis back. I don't know what I'd do without the little guy. Is he even real? You know? Like the ghost of your actual Lucis? Or, you know what? I'm not sure, doll. He could just be a memory fragment or something like that, or maybe he's really his ghost. When Tamara accidentally dropped a huge trunk on him way back, crushed his little body, I always dreamed I might meet up with him again in the afterlife. So when I found him here, I guess I didn't think about it too much. I was just happy to see him. He's my happy thought after all. I can't really bring myself to do much without him, like fly, fight, or crow. Hashtag, you know, the basics. Truth. I remember when I was young, just a little runt out there, trying to make it in the world. People would look at me funny because my wings were going in, and that really freaked people out, yo. So I got way self-conscious and didn't feel at home out there with everybody eyeing me up like that. So one night my Lucis led me into the woods, and I found this whole baller village of fucking tree houses and rope ladders, and I was like, damn. Hashtag shouted bangarang so loud, you don't even know. That's when I became an official member of the Lost Weeaboos. Hey, okay, so can we not actually talk about the Lost Weeaboos? Can that just be not a conversation we have? Roof, listen, your story's cool, but there's some junk that's so silly I can't even try to abide. Yeah, I guess. But anyway, there were my boys, a better posse you couldn't hope to chill with, kick the shit on troll anime, all that. Ah, for club's sake, hashtag no. First bumped into Mara out there, crazy times. I think those were formative sweeps for me. Learned to love a lot of things I still do to this day. Between you and me, I miss the days I could just jam with her about troll anime, but now, you know how it is. Okay, why do you stinking nerds insist on calling it troll anime? I gotta ask. Don't you realize prefacing anything with troll inside the context of a troll culture is redundant as fuck? Why don't you just call them cartoons? Yeah, I dig that. Never thought about that, huh? Hashtag deep. It's okay. I get that stuff like isn't for everyone. People say it's just for wigglers, and I kind of assumed one day I'd grow out of it, but I guess I never did. Then again, we all died, and now we really are all young forever. Just like the prophecy of the Lost Weeaboos said. Whoa, spooky. I always thought that was a load of BS. Whoops, you just said Lost Weeaboos again, thus failing the conversation. In the immortal hand gesture words of the late great Mulin Leon, I'm so fucking done. Talk to Tamara. Hey doll, don't suppose you had anything to do with the recent disappearance of my Lucis, did you? Oh boy. Of course not. Your accusations are outrageous. Yeah, sure. Like I believe that. Like I'm not so onto your tricks by now. Shut up. Have you broken up with him yet? No, not yet. I tried, but I just couldn't do it. It's hard, you know? What do you mean? It hurts when your lover betrays you? Yes. I know. Damn, so cold, girl. Why can't you let the past go? Anyways, once I actually do get up the nerve to break it with him, don't be thinking this is your big chance with me. It's over between us for good. Kind of for obvious reasons, so just friends, you dig? Right. We will see. Yeah, I figured you'd be like that. Anyway, Mina kind of needs to keep going through this bubble. I know you like to make shit difficult for everyone all the time, but you think you could get rid of that big-ass iceberg thing you dropped there? No fucking way. Aw, come on. Do it for me, Damara? Fine, but you owe me sexual favors. Wow, alright, maybe? Just go. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay. Be Damara. Remove Quartz Glacier. Done. You got an East Beforean scroll. It's covered in mysterious runes. If only there was some way for laypersons to translate this absurd gibberish. Hashtag decode Damara Megiddo. In case you were curious which dialect she was speaking, I guess. Gotta be honest, Damara, I've been feeling pretty bad. Why? You can keep a secret, right? Yes, of course. I'm your friend. Yeah, it's Horace, and you know, been thinking about breaking it off with him. Breaking what, his horn? Ah, nah, that wouldn't do much good. I mean, I feel like a chump for even thinking about it. He's been so cool. But damn, eternity's a long fucking time. I don't know if a relationship should really last that long. How is your sex life? Whoa, kind of personal question. Anyway, that's not it. I feel guilty for saying so. I'm just not into so many repetitive dates over the millennia. So much like talking about livestock and big muscular animals, and I don't know, those aren't really my interests. Maybe we're never that compatible and I just never had the guts to say it. Rufio, I told you this. Every single day. For eternity. I know. I didn't listen to you. I figured you were all still mad and jealous. I was mad and jealous. Right, I just don't know what to do. He's great, but he's so clingy. I don't know how he keeps that up after all this time. Dude's got stamina. I'm just like romantically exhausted. You get me, doll? Yes, love is dead to me. Someone stabbed me through the heart a long time ago. Heh, touche. But for real, I just don't want to hurt his feelings. Do you want me to kill him? Again? No! God, no! Don't hurt anyone! Let's not go there again! Should I seduce him then? I guess if the two of you are alike, that's really between you and him. Not sure he would go for that. Anyway, I don't think that would actually help me. I can go and get the demon to consume his soul. Man, no, I told you. Please don't feed anyone's soul to anybody. You've got to keep crazy talk like that down, Damara. If people knew some of the shit you say, how you say crazy shit like you want to serve him, fuck. It wouldn't be cool. People would flip the fuck out. Hell, didn't you hear Mina was trying to raise an army to kill him? If she could hear some of the shit, some of the things you told me, shit, I can't even let her find out. If she knew, you'd both start fighting again. You only delay the inevitable. We are approaching the end times. Okay, that seems fine. No problem. Talk to Horace. Oh boy. No more games, Horseman. We fuck now. Excuse me? Bend me over, horse a pony. Fuck me hard, horsey style. Oh, I see you've taken an interest in this fine, albeit diminutive steed, given to me as a gift earlier. Isn't it wonderful? I shall feed it many an apple, and it will grow to be strong. Feed me an apple, then grab my hair. Ride me like a champion. I don't... Do what with your horns? Ride what now? You can fill the bucket. Afterwards, splash the contents all over my body, then throw me into a bale of hay. You want me to... Something about hay? I will suck your horn. At the same time, you will slap my ass. You will do it rhythmically. Also, nay. You would like me to perform what rhythmic behavior exactly? While making which animal noise? Fuck each of my iterations. Cause us all to experience sexual ecstasy. Let us all orgasm in unison. Do what with... Wait, all of you? Wouldn't that be quite a lot of Damaras regardless of the activity you're trying to describe? Swaddle me with a clean towel. Make me moan like a barn animal. Snort furiously between my legs. I will scream like a lamb being slaughtered. Let us dine on ass together. Orgasm together with me as all that surrounds us comes to an end. Trying to decode your speech is quite agitating, you know. Whenever I talk to you, my system gets a little switchy. I begin to faintly channel an alternate soul from Alternasia. I come very close to understanding you, but then it vanishes just as quickly, and my host vessel is left with nothing but an overwhelming experience of perspiration. Not that I would expect a lowly rust-blooded singleton like you to understand. Degrade me more. I'm almost there. Freak. Talk to Mina. You are challenging the Lord of Time. Your pathetic army will fail. Your ghost will be devoured, for he consumes reality itself. I think it sounded like you're trying to wish me luck in my upcoming battle. Thanks, Begito. Maybe I had you all wrong. No, you did. I've probably been a bitch to you for no reason. Let's forget all that shit ever happened. How about a hug? Whoa, watch where you're putting that hand. I have no regrets. Apology accepted. Hey, you get around to moving that huge quartz glacier yet? Kinda in a hurry here. Let's not push forward with Damara yet. There are things we can do as Damara, but we'll worry about that later. Okay, so the glacier has been put aside. Welcome to the lab. Hey! Listen in on conversation. Seems we have company. Guess we should wrap this up. I'm very happy you came to see me. I hope you'll bear in mind what I said. Yes, I surely will. And I'm happy too. Yes. You have important work ahead of you. The legacy of our race is in your hands. I know you will make me proud. Okay, thank you. Examine door. There's something different about this door. It's like a real door. It's not someone's memory like the rest of this place is. The meteor must be physically passing through the dream bubble again. You'd love to get in there and snoop around, but the door is password protected. There's gotta be someone around here who knows the password. Oh, is it these two? Ask Kanaya for password. Snapperfish, it's Popo Mary Games and the Miriam lookalike kid. What are you ladies glubbing about over here? Nothing. I was just leaving. Oh yeah, where to? Back in the immediate, right? Because that's where I'm headed. Can't get through the door, though. Can I get your password? Pardon me. No. Come on. Mina, what are you doing? Don't hassle her for private information. It's rude. Come on! I'm being nice about it. Are you, actually? I'm fucking smiling, ain't I? Well, I was going in there anyway. I won't give you my password, but you can follow me, I guess. But you can only remain as long as I am escorting you. The fuck? Why? Because I don't trust you. Aw, man. But I'm cool. You should wise the fuck up and start thinking I'm cool. You're right, with a sales pitch like that, I would have to be an imbecile not to crave your company. Hashtag human sarcasm. What you got against me, Miriam clone? I think you're probably a sociopath. I've given enough of my time to such characters in the past. You got me all wrong, girl. What I gotta do to make you my friend, Miriam the sequel? My name is Kanaya. Alright, Kanaya it is. Someday I'll come with a good fish pun way of saying that. That's how you know our shit will be tight. Just lead the way. I'll be well behaved and win you over. You'll see. Be Kanaya? Yes. Talk to Porim. Let's stay in touch, Kanaya. Come looking for me in your dreams anytime you like. And be sure not to let that one too far out of your sight. Scrod, damn it. Kids got no respect for royalty these days, and I'm about haddock up to here. Please, you aren't even mad. You just want an excuse to use more fish puns. Mary Game, stop being such an astute judge of character. Enter password. Okay, so we cannot become Mina while we are Kanaya. Welcome to the meteor! Such as it is. Ugh, more troll blood? Why? As you prepared to lob it under the dark shaft below, you catch a whiff and hold on, it smells fruity. I guess it was a false alarm. This appears to be some form of delicious juice. You're bad. Huh. What do we have here? You got a can of Earth Tab. The mayor had a couple of these stowed in his rags for safekeeping. He has decided to store them in chests now, which, unbeknownst to him, are the opposite of safekeeping. You crack it open and chug it. You're overwhelmed by an intense rush of sugar. This high will surely last for hours. What? No! No! Hey, it's a car cat, asleep. In the meteor. Can I examine his torso? Examine snoozing car cat. Hey, it's your newly recruited Grand Threshucutioner. Looks like he hasn't woken up from the same nap he was having last time you talked to him. That guy must have been really tired. Why is he sleeping in this massive pile of horns? That can't be too comfortable. Maybe you should wake him up, and then as long as he's awake, might as well see if he's ready to pack his bags and head off to war. Hold on. Miriam is eyeing you suspiciously? She isn't on to your plan, is she? How could she know? This girl's really cramping your style. You try to shake her loose, but as a rainbow drinker, she seems to have an absolutely insane fastness attribute. Whichever you're thinking, don't even try it. What? Wasn't thinking of nothing. Let's keep moving. Okay, so we can't control Mina right now. All she can do is follow Kanaya. Because them's the rules. You got a... What even is this thing? Whatever it is, you got it. Huh. Some sort of pendant. You got an empty bottle. You guess you'll just kind of put it over there with the other bottles. Hashtag boring treasure. Oh, hey, it's the humans. Hey, Dave. What's up? Wait, what's going on? Is the meteor passing through another dream bubble? Yes. Hence the ghost who is following me. Oh. Hey. What, you don't talk now? You were pretty spunky before. What happened? She is exhibiting her best behavior while on this tour. She's actually doing very well so far. Okay, whatever. So what, are we just not even bothering to care anymore when we pass through dream bubbles now? Like no warning or alert or getting into our facetious battle stations or anything? Eh, who cares actually. I probably won't even leave the room this time. Getting a little bored of ghosts actually. No offense, sea troll. Hornless dirt scraper. Shh. So what were you just mumbling over here before I interrupted you? Oh, just some raps. Been working on my raps. You've heard my raps, right? Want to hear some raps? Wait, do you know what rap is? Is this fly human tradition where you drop a beat and talk hard? If the flow checks out and your rhymes are dope enough, then the police start unholstering their guns. You can't help it. It's like reflexive. That's how you know you're doing it right. I know what your raps are. They're basically the same as the ancient art form of Alternian slam poetry, but more primitive and generally involving less lyrics about towering muscular livestock. Slam poetry. Why don't you tell me about this? I don't know. I don't really have much interest in this subject. Yeah, but it should have come up. Wait, now that I think about it, I remember some weird troll was rapping at me once. Well, there you go. But I mean, we could have been talking about rap all this time. You and me, I mean. It would have come up, I think, if we talked more. Kanai, we should talk more. We don't really talk enough. Like, really just get down to fucking business. Just the two of us, all conversationally and such. Really, like, flesh out this dynamic. See what's there. We goddamn will squeeze blood from this stone. This awkwardly quiet ghost troll is my witness. If you are successful in extracting blood from the geological material in question, can I have it? Oh, man. Kind of semi-self-deprecating vampire jokes like this is a good start. I like it. I don't know how sincere you're being, Dave. Probably only somewhat, since the rule is that everything has to be at least partially a joke, right? Yes, exactly. But if you actually want to converse and exchange views on our respective cultures, then okay, I guess that's fine. I might be able to dig up some classic texts by some famous slam poets. Oh man, yes. That'd be so fucking perfect. Okay, I will see what I can do. You'll have to read the troll gibberish to me. It'll just be like story time with Karkat, Kanaya edition. Sure. But you'll have to rap the words. Oh. Pump up the bass and slaughter the mic. I want to goddamn feel that slam poetry. Is it too late to back out of this? Yes. Can I be Dave? I can. When I'm Dave, I can't talk to Mina, but I can talk to Kanaya. Hell yeah. I do love me this tune. Oh my god, what the fuck? Examine snoozing Karkat. So many horns. You've always wondered what the elusive juggalo troll even does with so many horns. You think he may have some sort of problem? Also, what is with trolls and their weird tendency to be found sleeping in horn piles? Can't even imagine a less comfortable place to nap. There are some things you'll never understand. Talk to Karkat. Okay, this is just fucking stupid now. What? I'm asleep, but I guess the meteor is physically passing through the bubble I'm dreaming in? And now my dream phantom, or whatever the fuck you're supposed to call this version of yourself, is actually in the same physical location as my sleeping body. I've just been standing here, watching myself sleep on the horn pile. It's official. We've breached a critical threshold of bulge-numbing idiocy. Huh. What do we even call this dreaming instance of ourselves? It can't be a dream self, because that's already a thing, as in the version of yourself on Durst or Prospect. But that was more like a physical, real self that just happened to serve as a backup life. This is something totally different, like a weird hologram? Hey, am I tangible to you? Touch me. What? Just give me a little poke. No, don't be like that. Just man up and touch me. Maybe just brush my cheek gently with the back of your hand. Something unambiguously platonic like that. No, fuck you. I'm not caressing your dream hologram. You have a really tragically under-inquisitive mind, Dave. This is for science. If science was up to you, humanity never would have come anywhere close to rising to the level of pathetic inferiority it was barely able to achieve as it was. You look really tired, man. Your sleep phantom should curl up with your napping meat torso on the horn pile and try to score some shut-eye. Yeah, well, maybe I'll do that, asshole. Okay, hop to it. No, not while you're watching. Man, our conversation can be so embarrassing. I'm so glad we managed to have most of them in private. Yeah, me too. Just like caress me with the back of your hand. Totally platonic. Alright. Talk to Rose. Rose, quit all the clanking around over here so I can't... quit clanking all the clanking around over here. I can't concentrate on my raps. What in the sweet religious name of Jesus H. Dick are you doing with all these bottles? Just a little alchemy. Alchemy? What kind of shitty thing are you alchemizing with this crap? Are you alchemizing bottles with other bottles to make, like, super bottles? Hashtag Rose E-bottles. No, believe it or not, I'm actually focused on the contents of the bottles. They're a pretty good hike from the alchemeters. The alchemy I'm practicing is a little more old-fashioned. You know, there was a time on Earth when alchemy didn't refer to a process whereby a large device used game constructs to materialize some idealized version of an object out of thin air. Alchemists used to experiment with various substances to transmute them into something more valuable. Its more pedestrian and scientifically credible cousin would be chemistry, which I guess is the technical term for mixing shit together, which, strictly speaking, more accurately describes what I'm doing. So, what you're doing, science now? Who do you think you are, your mom? Wait, that sounded like a lame burn again. Every time I talk about your mom, it sounds like a burn. Who do you think you are, my mom? Wait, scratch that. Every time we start talking about her as my mom, things start getting snowballing down our dumb conversational ski slope, and suddenly Sigmund Freud and King Oedipus start banging each other's hot moms at some depraved sexy mom swap party. Thanks for the imagery. It was almost as graphic as it made no sense. So what are you making? Beverages. Beverages? What kind of beverages? Tasty beverages, I hope. Apple juice? Please let it be AJ. Please let it be AJ. Please let it be AJ. I'll see what I can do. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck yes. Dr. Kanaya. You shattered the ring, but there's more cracks in your wrap. I'm gonna top off your glass, because devastation's on tap. Wait, no. Your act couldn't suck more dick with a puppet in your lap. What? Puppet? And where'd that come from? You shattered the ring, but there's more cracks in your wrap. Your flow's like warm milk that goes good with a nap. Hey, yeah, there we go. Shits, let's be rails, I'll be the shoes to your pap. Wait, that makes no fucking sense. Nah, I'll stick with the milk one. Y'all claiming to be the Lord of Time. All you're making me feel is bored with your rhymes. That's okay, I guess. Still feel like I should work puppets into this. I have no idea why. What rhymes with puppets? Smuppets. Dave, no, it's the same fucking word. Muppets? What the fuck? The only thing that rhymes with puppets is different kinds of puppets. Oh, hey, how much of that did you hear? By the tenor of the question, I'll assume more than you would prefer. All that shit was a work in progress. Ain't fit for hype yet. Why you gotta be eavesdropping? I wasn't. I was just standing here, and you slowly wandered over in a totally oblivious stupor. You were mumbling your rhymes and walked right up to me and did not notice me until now. Shit. Was I... Sorry, I guess I just got caught up in my raps. Do more! What? No, I can't. Those rhymes are still too rough around the edges. Come on! No, it'll suck. I mean, I could freestyle a bit, I guess. I don't know if I got a live performance in it right now, though. Maybe it could work if someone dropped a beat. Need a good beat if... I could probably kill it with a fly beat. Ahem. Hashtag, no wait. Chum chum fish, but chum chum fish. Oh yeah, that fish beat is the shizzle. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, settle down motherfuckers, here we go. Then they then proceeded to have one of the most ambiguously rated rap-offs in the history of Paradox Space, while I stood by and regarded it neutrally. Let's be Kanaya again. Talk to Rose. What happened? What? You're not glowing anymore. Oh, right. I became so absorbed in a conversation with my ancestor, I already forgot she taught me how to switch off. Oh, so you did go talk to her? Yes. That's great, how did it go? Very well. She is very nice, and as a person is as impressive as I was imagining her to be. But not nearly as intimidating, really. I knew you wouldn't regret it if you got up the nerve to talk to her. What'd she say, besides a few vampire-to-vampire skin-dipping pointers? Many things. Primarily encouraging me to pursue my prior obligation to my people. Oh? She said she used to eschew her role rather vehemently. The duties of our caste were quite limiting in both worlds, it seems. But she renounced them completely and wanted a different life. But she also said something to the effect that she found that it wasn't really necessary to reject that role completely. And the same is true for me. As long as I know within that, I am free. And if my decision is to embrace my path, then it can be a source of strength. Then you want to try to restore your race again? I'd begun to think you'd lost hope in that possibility. It's true, there's no orb anymore. She said it might be very difficult, but there's no hope if I don't even try. That's true. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but such is the nature of adventures. You can't be scared of adventures. I think I'm excited about it now. I can tell. We can work on it together when we arrive. Maybe the session we're about to explore will offer some answers? I hope so. Hey, you aren't permanently deglowed now, are you? Oh no, I can flip it back on. See? Turns out it's just a silly biological parlor trick. Oh good, you have me worried there for a moment. Sorry. I know how you enjoy a good source of light. Light is one of my favorite things. Please don't take these as fighting words, but my aspect is simply the best there is. Oh, goodness gracious, things are heating up on this meteor. Yes. I've been playing a lot of Darkest Dungeon 2, so when I hear, like, you can't be afraid of adventure, and, like, you have to... There's only hope if you try. Big Darkest Dungeon 2 vibes. All roads lead to the mountain, but only one leads through it. B-Rose. Let's have Rose go check on Karkat's sleeping torso. Well then. Examine snoozing Karkat. Zzz, Karkat said from atop the towering heap of hilarious clown accessories. But I think talking to Gamzee is the more important character. You better not let Kanaya find you in here. She still hates you, you know. And not in that way. I think she still truly would like to kill you. Yeah, I all up and motherfucking know that already. I've wondered, doesn't it ever get confusing? Trying to differentiate between platonic malicious intent and gestures of black romance? No! Like I'd even give a Dayglow chainsaw bitch like that on my time of day up in any quadrant. Besides, already got my black rom on with another motherfucker. Been dating somebody in the motherfucking shadows, getting pretty nasty between us, all experiencing the shit out of the dark miracle called hate bliss. Wait, really? Who? Karkat? No. Dave? Nope. Not the mayor? No. Wait, Terezi? Honk. Are you serious? Do I motherfucking look like I'd motherfucking joke around with a motherfucker? I can't even parse that relationship as something meaningful. What? It's simple, motherfucker. She all gets on her hate at me, quite understandably, seeing as to what a vile piece of clown-ass trash I'm all is, but doesn't quite hate me enough to want to kill me. This is a really startling revelation, I must say. It's a game changer. Hey, please don't all tell this noise to anyone. If Karkat motherfucking knew on this, you actually would want to kill me. Yes, I can see the dilemma you're in. Your social dynamics really begin to get quite complicated once your quadrants start to fill up, don't they? Motherfuck, yeah, they motherfucking do. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. Now shoot, back into the ventilation system with you, before you get spotted. How do I get to that chest up there? Oh, there's just another stairwell. Derp. You got a boonbuck! Oh, you can't even pretend to be excited about this. You get the feeling that whoever was stocking these chests just started running out of treasure assets. You put the phoned-in item back in the chest, but a little while later, Mina sneaks back over here, takes the boonbuck and stashes it in her nautically-themed hot pink clamshell-shaped purse, which we have never seen her rendered with, but totally is something that exists in the most canonical way possible. There, now you know. Eventually you run out of jokes. Happens to everyone. Let's talk with Dave. What's up with the fishpunk troll following Kanaya around? Seems she's passing through. Kanaya doesn't want her to cause trouble. Cause trouble? What the fuck could she even do here? Like kick over an old pile of garbage and cause the property value to fall even lower than jack shit? I say let her go nuts. Feel free to take it up with Kanaya then. But if you authorize her to flip a bitch, just make sure she's nowhere near my chemistry table. Yeah, can't be dropping your vials and shit all over the floor. The only one who's got clearance to drop science is me. Dork. Don't even hate. Been shoring up on my motherfucking craft over here. I know, I've been in the same room right over there listening to you mumble lyrics to yourself for the last couple hours. Rose, you know what sucks? Yes? To which sucky thing are you referring? Kinda just occurred to me. While I was spitting ill verse to no end, I got this weird feeling that I might be getting, like, a little dated. Is this about Terezi? What? No. Don't be disingenuous, word girl. You know what I'm saying. I mean, sort of passé. Like a lumbering pop reference dinosaur. Remember, we're both kind of stuck in 2009. So, I'm like pop culturally frozen in that period. All my references feel like they might be getting a little stale. Even though the Earth ended and all there was no culture after that point anyway. But still, I can feel it. Like in my bones. I just know on some hypothetical Earth that kept going, my shit's starting to get so fucking lame. And I know it doesn't matter because it's just us here, so who cares? But I care. It's a matter of integrity. I'm a fucking artist. Like I think if I make one more rap about some fucking Dane Cook movie from 2008 to piss Karkat off, or some tired bullshit like that, I'm going to, I don't know, I'll just start feeling like a fraud. My game might be drying up, Rose. But it's not my fault, like I'm totally hostage to this freeze-dried backlog of cultural garbage that can never move forward again. So I have to pick through it like I'm looting a fucking tomb while still trying to act rap sassy. Like, yeah, take that, motherfuckers. Of the past. All in your mass grave somewhere in Dead Frogiverse. I'll be representing some goddamn standards about your media. Do you feel me? I'm depressing myself here. All I'm saying is that it'd be cool to have some fresh shit to work with. Like, just to know what the world would be like in the year it would be for us now. Which would be 2011, I guess. Wow, 2011? Really? Damn. I just want to know what would have happened. There's so much shit we were primed for. It's going to be exciting. Like, Barack Obama just turned president. Remember that? We never got to see if he fixed the economy. Remember how you were dying to see if he would fix the economy? You were asking me about it every damn day. Just joking. Nobody gave a shit about that. But, like, I never got to check out the next batch of Stiller Jams and see how bad I could mock them. We never got to find out how the Midnight Crew adventure ended. If ever. Rose? What the fuck, man? Why'd you go back to your bottles and shit? I was right in the thick of a elocution. Don't give me that. Yes. Yes, I do actually want you to come back over here. I'm waiting. Fine, here I am. Wow, that was so hard. This is what civilized people do, Rose. They fucking talk to each other, like actually in each other's fucking vicinities. You just have a tendency to go on for a while. I assumed we progressed to the traditional mumbling monologue stage of Stridarian discourse. No, that's not even a thing. I was actually, like, trying to get your take. Take on what? I don't even know. I bet John would have stuff to say. He's probably going through the same fucking frozen fucking caveman from 2009 syndrome as me. Correct. Actually, what am I saying? That dude's a caveman from 97. Like he would give a shit as long as he got his Cage DVDs. Oh, I saw him the other night. What? In a dream. It was very brief, only a few minutes. I waved to him and then woke up. Oh, what was he doing? He was fighting Jack. Actually, he was doing very well. Oh, man. You have to tell me about this shit. I will. Later, though. I'd like to get back to work. Okay, when? Tonight? I have plans tonight. How about tomorrow? Plans? What plans? Just some plans. Can I come? No. Fuck, fine. Tomorrow, then. Maybe I'll just dream up my own John tonight. We'll have an awesome time. Without you. What do you think about that? Fuck. Talk to Kanaya. Not to harp on the issue, but now that you can switch on and off, so to speak, how often do you think you'll resort to phosphorescence? I don't know. What do you think? Well, which date's more comfortable? I could go either way. I'll probably switch on if I'm walking through a dark corridor. Now that I think about it, it's been a long time since I could even be in the dark. Maybe I'll leave it off for a while and refamiliarize myself with the experience of non-illumination. Make sense? Was this a biological feature common to other trolls? I'm sorry, I'm really pestering you about this, aren't I? We've never talked about it. I guess I was trying to be polite, but I've been really curious about it this whole time. No, that's okay. I'm told it's a trait confined to those of my caste. They tended to spend a lot of time in the brooding caverns, where a convenient source of light was often handy. That part of it makes sense to me, but I have no idea what the evolutionary purpose was for. Was for the sort of thirst which accompanies the perk. Strikes me as an odd liability, but what do I know? Maybe to frighten predators away from innocent grubs? Maybe. Or perhaps it was a measured defect imposed on us. To keep the auxiliatrices on a short leash. I'll agree with that assessment, on the grounds that I've always been a sucker for a good conspiracy theory. The condition was often glamorized in certain works of literature. But there's really nothing that great about it. Not nearly as useful as other abilities like the psychic gifts which some lowbloods are predisposed to. Though I guess it's pretty useful if you want to keep the plans you made after someone punches a hole through your gut. I can see how that would present a whole world of convenience. Speaking of plans, are you doing anything later? Not really. I'm working on some stuff right now, but later, maybe once you're finished escorting your guest around, we could do something. Sure. Anything in particular that you have in mind? Not really. Just to hang out if you're up for it. Yeah, that sounds okay. Holy mackerel, get a fucking room. Alright, we will be Kanaya once more, because we need to exit the meteor. So you can't take Horus or Rufio beyond the dreamscape, and you cannot be Porim in this section. But, Tamara, as usual, has the ability to break the rules. As we enter here, we return to being Mina. We no longer need Kanaya to escort us. And we can just become Damara whenever we wish. Damara can enter the meteor. And there's a whole set of dialogue that comes along with her entering the meteor. I don't know if she'll talk to anyone else. I don't think she will. Oh. Hello. I don't think we've met. You seem confused. Are you lost? Maybe you shouldn't be wandering around here. Please, apology. Not want to disturb you. Aw, you seem so sweet. Please, feel free to stay as long as you like. Hey, who the fuck are you? Don't think you belong in here. I'm very happy. Meet humans. So much delight. Nah, you seem harmless enough. What do I even care? Go fuck some shit up, Japanese schoolgirl troll. So she's not afraid to play dumb if it can get her what she wants. This is where things get weird. What have we here? It's Terezi. Hey, dams. If you go anywhere near him, I'll fucking kill you. To me, that's the important piece. Terezi does still care about Karkat a lot, and she knows that Damara is dangerous. And we can take Damara to the end. Say what? Damara, what the hell are you doing this deep into the game? Good grief, you're such a teen delinquent. I never should have let you out of Dark Scratch's pervert chamber in the alternate universe. Whoops. No. I'm not gonna let you respond. You're just gonna say something totally filthy in Japanese again and make everyone uncomfortable. Whoa, cut that out! Jeez, I guess this is what happens when you don't have a proper upbringing by a decent guardian. Or at least one who isn't a 4-foot-tall asshole in suspenders, who's kind of like a creepy puppet uncle. Look, let's all just chill out here. No more lewd Asian shenanigans, got it? You may notice I bought a new franchise recently. Cost me a fortune. I had to pawn a ring that used to belong to some dirtbag just to make the down payment. But I should be able to recoup the losses if I just tweak the business model a little. Hear me out. Instead of giving people money to listen to my shit, I think I might actually start charging people for the service. Crazy, I know, right? I've been thinking of dividing up my offers into a series of handsomely priced explanation bundles called exposition packs, where I would... Okay, I guess you're not down with that. What would you pay for an explanation? Want to make an offer? Yeah, you're not going to pay me a goddamn penny, are you? Okay, fine. I'll give you these explanations for free. Let's call it a loss leader. You'll tell your friends, and maybe they'll tell their friends. Then the dead presidents start rolling in. Yes? Ah, fuck it. Just tell me what you want to know. But just heads up, these stories are going to be pretty shitty. I ain't no light player. Hey, before we start, did you get here with Damara before you got here with Mina? If you did, I think I'm gonna flip my shit. That's one cracked way of going through this game. Stop talking to me right now and come back as Mina. Nah, I'm not going to. Tell me about Damara and Megiddo. You want me to tell you about you? Talk about self-absorbed, but alright. You say stuff in Japanese, and when people who actually speak Japanese read it, they'll probably laugh, because the Japanese is really shitty. Sorry to burst your bubble, Damara, but the things you say started out in English, went through the Google Translator, and then out again, so it vaguely makes sense when translated back to English. So you aren't really authentic troll Japanese, you're fake troll Japanese. Whoa, don't kill the messenger. Relax, everyone thinks you're great. In fact, there's probably someone out there right now drawing some weird porn of you. Tell me about Matuna Captor. Mega Man Solix has some problems. He falls down and stuff and talks on a 4chan background because of 4chan. But in spite of that, he's brave and does his best and everyone loves him. Also, no one can read a damn thing he says. His quirk is the least legible of all quirks, with Damara's coming in at a close second. Tell me about Rufio. With apologies to Dante Bosco. Dante, I'm sorry about this. All of this. I'm so sorry. You were leading the regular, modest life of a Hollywood superstar, and then this shit happened. Everything is broken forever. I liked your work in The Last Airbender. You know what's funny is how there are probably some people who are reading this right now who have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But you know what? What the fuck else even is new? Anyway, bangarang, dude. Bangarang. Hashtag RufioZuko.tumblr.com. Tell me about Cankrivantis. Did you know? It's a Homestuck fact that 99% of all readers didn't read or care about anything Cankry said. So in other words, he's exactly like all those terrible social justice bloggers. Some social justice bloggers get angry at the joke that he is, but those are the terrible ones, and being terrible is why they get angry. They want to be terrible in peace without being mocked. That is what it is like to be justifiably the justified target of ridicule. You feel and are angry all the time and you don't know why. Kikri wears a cute red sweater and is otherwise fairly adorable. Porum acts like his mom, which is also cute as hell. Tell me about Mulin Lejeune. Mulin's the deaf Nepeta in this kick-ass smorgasbord of disabled characters. She speaks in ASL to say memes, which are called mimes because it's one letter away and therefore a play on words, but you can't actually use ASL to say animated Tumblr gifs. You can only say words. She otherwise reads lips, which is funny because her BFF Soda's damn mouth shut, so they just sign memes at each other all day while stoned. It's implied that they smoke catnip together, as if it were marijuana, which is an especially amusing notion to people who like drugs. Moving on. Latula Pyrope. Latula is the gamer girl to Matuna's game bro. Game bros and gamer girls aren't really types of people so much as they are hollow cliches, which are patronizing to multiple groups of people on multiple levels. So in other words, perfect attributes for a 1.5 dimension NPC caliber character stalking a fun JRPG style walk around game. Wait, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Latula. Latula's so rad, but she can't smell. I think I agreed with Carcat that it's not a disability. That's just like having a cold all the time, but without any actual symptoms or problems. Who cares? Latula likes to high-five people all the time, but doesn't like to be left hanging. That's a pun. Because Red Glare liked to hang people with nooses, Mindfang ultimately left Red Glare hanging that way too. I'm explaining jokes here. What? I told you these stories would suck. You get what you pay for. Tell me about Porium Miriam. Porum is better at social justice than Kankri because she isn't a boring asshole. Some social justice people should try looking into that. Porum wants there to be equality for ladies. Not everybody cares about that though, which makes it hard for people like Porum. That's why the way it is the real world. Challenges. But in any case, she's a vampire with cool tattoos. That's kind of the end of the story. Arenia Circuit. Arenia is a blabbermouth, just like Mindfang. She says long things both as a teen and as a sexy pirate adult. That makes people ask, why am I reading this? It's about time I took over this exposition stand. The way I describe shit is a million times better. She sure charged me enough for it. God, I took a bath on this thing. What was it so expensive? It's made out of fucking cardboard. Horace Sahak. That dude's just Equius on horse steroids. The end. Tell me about Kurlaw's Makara. He chewed off his tongue and sewed his mouth shut because he's a weirdo in cahoots with Gamzee in English. Who even knows what they're up to? It's probably just a lot of stupid bullshit, meaningless clownish nonsense. Wanna know why they're assembling the Wicked Ensemble? They probably just think it's funny. Kurlaw speaks in bones when he does his clown hypnosis shit, but otherwise he mimes everything because, get this, he's pretty much literally a mime. Also, a juggalo. Because that's exactly what Homestuck needed. Another fucking juggalo. Homestuck needed another juggalo like it needed, well, another 12 trolls, I guess. Tell me about Cronus Empora. Cronus is the worst character in Homestuck by a nautical mile. Any questions? Tell me about Mina. Mina's kind of throwing a bone to the Pisces people who got stuck with the fairy. The fairy didn't really do anything and then she died. Mina's a cool sassy punk who has more important stuff to do than fairy ever did. You just spent like the last 3 hours playing through these games from her point of view, so obviously you know that. You're probably sick of fish puns by now. After a while you start running out of fish puns. You can overdo it with the fish puns. Much like you can overdo the ocean. You start literally running out of fucking fish. Be careful out there. Mina discovered that raising an army is hard, but you know what's really hard? What's really hard is making games. Games disguise the effort that go into them, probably like few other crafts. In order to make a game that's even slightly better than mediocre, someone probably had to die in the process, like building the pyramids. Nobody actually died while making these games though, hence they're just okay. But still, if you add up all the work done collectively on these last 3 games, it probably was comparable to the man hours that went into Cascade. You know what that is? That's a silly ass fact. We have accomplished bonus dialogue. Let's go back to being Mina and finish this the right way. Fuck, who built these conch suck controls? Immigrants? God, it's weird. I can actively feel like my gamer power is failing me. My mouse hand's not as steady as it used to be. Looks like I'll have to go to play Pyro and TF2. Learn how to fucking air blast. The Sylph is in. Status report. Welp. Hashtag kelp. I'm a total failure. Didn't recruit a single ghost for in my army. Except for the one guy, but he was asleep. Don't lose hope. I know our group of friends is a bit lackluster in the motivation department, but there are plenty of other souls out there. You just need to find someone with the right amount of moxie to get you started. Then I'm sure more will follow. Who knows? If you keep exploring, maybe someone like that will be right around the corner. You seem more psyched about my army plan than you did before. What's with the change of tuna? I've started to believe that what you're doing may be really important. It's just a feeling. It could be every bit as critical as my quest to find the cherub. I think it could all be related, like legs of a stool that won't stand unless they're all in place. Hashtag or prongs of a fork, if you will. How is the cherub quest going, by the way? Okay. I've still been a little preoccupied. Girl, please. You've been dragging your talk booth around and hassling people with facts, ain't you? This is my last session, I swear. After this, I promised myself I would retire the exposition stand for good. Maybe I'll put it up for sale and try to recoup some of the substantial losses required to operate it. Arania, we are such failures at stuff together. Why are we such a couple of gorgeous and sexy failures at things? I don't know, but we can't give up. Once I close down shop here, I will redouble my efforts to find the cherub. The first thing to do will be to figure out her name. It's been so maddeningly elusive, almost as if someone's taken care to scrub any reference to it through paradox space, whether in memories or reality. Okay, then how about this? While I'm out here fishing for recruits, I'll keep an ear out for clues about her. And while you're out there cherub hunting, maybe you can see if anyone wants to serve the little contents on her slamming new Imperial army. It'll be Team Fork. That sounds like a great plan. Now let's hurry this up so we can get started on that. What would you like me to tell you about in exchange for the freshest few boonbucks I have left? Tell me about Rufio Nitrum. The Rogue of Breath was always a very popular member of our group. Probably the most popular, I'd say. Sort of the anti-me in that respect. Ever the recipient of romantic solicitations, whichever way he turned. Some of the anti-Cronus in that respect. Yeah, sick and poor burn out of nowhere. High five. Indeed. His mutation made him an outcast, though. To avoid the unwanted attention his wings would bring him, he took refuge in the forest among those who welcomed his differences and learned their ways. The Lost Weeaboos was a guild of youthful tree-dwelling troll otakus with a zeal for fisticuffs, flight, and various forms of exotic Eastern theater. Bane to the enemies of hijinks, scourge to the seafaring classes who, nope, not listening to this, la 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 la, glub 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 glub, glub glub glub. Centuries of feuding with the Kemonomi tribes, ceremonial torchlight yaoi festivals, tsundere quadrant vacillation, threw down a dagger lance to challenge the guild's high claim for dominance, ultimately served like a shonen on Chutsu Island. Hey Circuit, how much I gotta pay you to zip your blowhole on this shit so tight you never bring it up again? For such a service, I will require nothing short of a large gold statue in your palace. I think you know which one I'm talking about. You drive a hard bargain, Cirques, but you got a deal. Tell me about Horace Sahak. The Page of Void was a self-taught master of mechanics, an avid patron of the fine arts, a passionate bodybuilder, archer, ambrosia collector, and steamwright, a poet, a scholar, a warrior, a lover. He was all that his caste demanded and more. A true troll renaissance man. His name means, he who stalks with the muscle beasts. But all of his proficiencies were hard-won, built from the blank slate as his aspect would imply, advancing at the slow pace his class would as well. Yet in spite of all, he worked to make something of himself. He amounted to very little, responsible for neither great feats of heroism nor acts of villainy. He was just another game piece to be moved about the board. The aspect ruling his life would always conspire to dampen his relevance. Void is easily the most mysterious aspect, the one which inherently defies rational understanding. This makes it particularly fascinating and just as frustrating to light players such as myself. Casting illumination upon nothing itself is futile, for to truly know void is to paradoxically cause it not to be. Right, if you illuminate the void, that wasn't the void, I don't know what you're talking about. The role of the void player is to somehow embrace nothingness, to become one with it, and yet in total contradiction with this, to make use of the power it grants and serve a role of relevance. One must find a way to overcome it, to see the limitless potential in the void, to find everything within nothing, and bring it into being. Hey! This is a perfect case in point regarding to the path of the void player. So resistance is his story to having a relevant bearing on anything. You fell asleep and didn't hear a word. Yeah, that's nice. Where my money? You don't get any. Your slumber avoided the transaction. Dag! Tell me about Damara Megiddo. The Witch of Time was not always the party's biggest troublemaker. If you recall, you wore that tiara for quite some time. Yeah. Once she was as meek as can be, hailing from the eastern provinces. She migrated across the seas and settled near the forest concealing Rufio's guild. The two of them became quite fond of each other, and shared many interests. He secretly began seeing someone else, believing she knew nothing, but she always suspected his infidelity, and over time grew quite distraught, but her sadness never quite turned to rage and malevolence. Not until you involved yourself. Do we really have to go through this? If you'd like to earn your money? Yes. Blech, fine. After we began our game, you quickly determined that winning was going to be an uphill battle. With our team, everyone was so preoccupied with their interpersonal issues, and no one seemed to in any shape to be fighting major battles. Sound familiar? Deja vu is a bitch shark. So you did your best to rile up the crew any way you could, appealing to people's insecurities, buried hostilities, brewing rivalries, needling anyone you could into confrontation with others. Your theory was that increasing everyone's state of aggression would make them better equipped to play the game, and you were sort of right about that, but the Alternians would prove it, not our group sadly. The poor girl who took the brunt of your bullying tactics was Damara Megiddo. You talked up her mate Sprit's betrayal, making her feel even more dreadful, while pushing him further into the arms of her rival, until she simply snapped. She attacked him, paralyzing him from the neck down. You finally got the aggressive confrontation you were looking for. Unfortunately, you unleashed something even you weren't prepared for, and you had to deal with her yourself. After a long bloody duel, she killed you, and you would have stayed dead if not for me. You never listened to me. You just kept needling and fussing and meddling, until eventually you paid the price, and I had to bail you out. Ugh, how bad do I even want this stupid money? Damara has been unhinged ever since. By increasing her violent tendencies, instead of being an asset in the game, she became a loose cannon, arbitrarily showing up at key moments throughout the timeline to sabotage us. So radical was her shift in personality, I've had a hard time believing your incitement was solely to blame. It always seemed like other forces were in play, as if her acts, though apparently haphazard, were in keeping with some inscrutable agenda. Of course, it doesn't help that it's so hard to understand her even on a good day. Strangely, the only time she was eager to help us was when we were preparing to initiate the scratch. And it's a good thing she did, since I'm not sure anyone else would have had the ability to do that kind of damage to the cardinal movement and release its energy. It was almost a little eerie how happily she complied with our plan. What did Rufio say she said? Something about how we would all finally get what we deserved. Which at the time I thought sounded chilling, but there's really only two ways of looking at it. One is how the scratch rebooted our world into a state of pure chaos, culminating in the annihilation of our universe, but on the other hand, we all got the chance to live out our wildest fantasies as adults on Alternia. At least you and I sure did, and I wouldn't doubt she feels the same way. So, we done? That's it! Toughest $5 ever made. You got an Alternian journal. It's a bit wordy though. Some of the material here strikes you as pretty risque. Actually, quite a lot of the material. You surreptitiously pocket the overwrought diary for later reading. Ah, we're going to the land of maps. Which means we might run into someone familiar. You got the Fluoride Octet. Feeling lucky, punk? Hashtag 8 times wonk. You got a broken 8-ball. I remember seeing a bunch of these earlier. What was the context again? You had so many long, weird conversations, all kind of a jumble now. You feel unlucky just looking at this thing. You toss it in the bushes. You got a pair of rocket boots. Pushoos! What would a ghost need with rocket boots anyway? Can't we all fly? Maybe that's just dead god tears. You can generally fly anyway. Or dead dream selves? Actually, you don't know what the flying wheels are and you don't really care. You got a heap of priceless treasure. Huh, actual treasure. It's that treasure chest. Now you've seen everything. This guy again. Oh, it's you, Scram, kid. Hey, orange dude. Tell me your deal already. I said get lost, Fairy. Hashtag do not fuck with me. Who, Fairy? Alright, I see what's going on here. You clearly have developed feelings for me. I understand. I led you on. Remember when I said, bring me a horse and I'm yours forever? Total lie. Sorry. My heart's still set on Vriska. She will be my wife. Who's Vriska? That girl over there. No, don't look. Shh. Let's try to keep it down, okay? You're gonna ruin this for me. Her? Dog, ain't she a little young for you? No, but that's the thing. She spent like however many years being a ghost, so she's older now. That means it's not creepy. Who even knows how many years she spent here? Maybe 100? Hell, she might even be older than me by now. See, totally not creepy anymore. Case closed. I don't know what you're talking about, but you sound like an asshole. Just need to find the right moment to make my move. Only problem is I lost the ring. John fucking Ingerbert has it. Doesn't look like he's gonna let it go either, the bastard. Gotta make a plan. Think, imagination. Think! The one time I really need you. Yo, I got boatloads of bling. I could sell you a ring. You could? Oh man, perfect. How much? So this is in reference to the Kickstarter for Hive Swap, which made $2.4 million. Are you fucking serious? What makes you think I've got that kind of dough just lying around? That's my price, pumpkin. Pumpkin skin. You want the ring or not? Fine, I guess. I've got no choice but to pony up. Just don't tell anyone, okay? I kind of promised I would use this money for something else. Nah, none of my biz, Holmes. Deal or no deal. Yeah, here. Ah, yeah. Check the mad stacks. Here you go, little boy. Thanks. Wait, is this ring... Did you steal this from Cronus? Show. Ew. No refunds. This leads to the end of the game. Are you sure you're done here? Yes. I'm so fucking done. Holy shit. And we are finally done with the bubbler arc. We did it. We survived. There were parts of me thought that it wouldn't happen. But it's here. And it happened. And my cat is hungry. Everybody wins.